Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's important to do on the off season, regardless of how much you pay for your reels. I'm going to show you part one of part two, a quick way to clean your reels and do the maintenance. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. Guys, so the first thing we need to do, so I like to use some Q-tips. You'll notice I have a baitcaster here, also an open face, or a spinning reel. So what I like to do for the spinning reels on the quick part one is I'll take the spool off, okay? Then I get my oil out. I bought, you could get this at Walmart. You don't have to have anything crazy. And anywhere that there's metal, I like to put a little oil. Now, this is a brand new reel, so I didn't take the time to clean it like I will with the baitcaster. But anywhere there's metal, we'll put a little bit of oil in there. Just like that. Right around that bolt. We'll put some on the bell system here. Let that go down in there just a little bit. Put a little, you can put a little up here if you want. And then I'll flip the bell and I'll work that oil in by just reeling it. Okay. Then I'll take the handle off. Well, this one's really threaded. Holy moly. By the way, this is a Pflueger reel. If you guys were wondering. A Pflueger spinning reel. Okay, so then what I'll do is I like to put a little bit of oil on the shaft of the handle. And then I put the oil in those gears there. And then work it down both sides. And then I'll put the handle back on. Like so. Oh, come on you. There you go. So I'll put the handle back on. Put the thread disc back in. As soon as okay. Spin that back on real quick. This is also a good time to go through and tighten down any loose screws or bolts that are on your reel, so that you're not out at the lake and have, fish on, or maybe not paying attention and have something fall apart. So it's always good to do that. Then I'll just reel that around a little bit, let that oil work in. And then the last place I like to put oil is that little gap there between the spool and the main part of the reel, the handle. And I'll just put a little bit of oil in there. And I'll hold it up like that. And I'll just work that oil in. Let that get down in those gears. Okay guys, and then you just put your reel back together. Now when I'm doing a baitcaster, okay, this being a loose speed spool, it has a little pin there for guys that don't know. And you pull that pin and it releases the spool. Okay. One thing I like to do is take a Q-tip and go in there, clean those bearings and stuff. You can see there's dirt. I'll clean my magnets and just work my way around a little bit, cleaning up everything. the bearings here, I like to take my Q-tip and clean those up real good. I'll go around the spool and down in it in case there's any dirt. And the same thing on the other side. Clean that bearing. Okay. Then I'll go inside the reel and I'll clean that out. Okay, you can see the dirt. And then your worm spindle, hopefully you can see that. I'll just wipe that off. See? And I'll just clean that up as good as I can. Okay? And then again, put a little bit of oil across it. And then I'll reel it. Put a little bit of oil on this side. Okay? Then down there, you can see that gearbox there. I will put some oil around it and a couple drops down in there. Okay? Then I will take some oil, put it on the bearings, on the spindle there, and I put a couple drops up on the spool. That's just for me, you know, that's just my preference. Again, on this bearing, put a little bit of oil, a little bit on the spool there, a couple around there on this spool. And now we're ready to put her back together. So we put the reel. You want to make sure that you don't get your line in between the spindle there and your spool. Otherwise you got to tear it all apart. Oh, and I also put a little bit of oil on the bearing here. I'll oil that up, and I'll oil the screws just to keep them nice, like so. And then we put it back together. Like so. Okay, now once it's back together, what I do is I'll reel that around, let that oil work itself in. Okay, you can take the other spot you should do is your drag system right here. Take that cap off, you'll see there's like a spindle there. Just put a little dab of oil in there on those bearings, and then put it back together. Guys, that's all there is to it. That's the quick way. It's a way to preserve your reels a lot longer than if, say, you didn't do anything. Believe it or not, they do get dirty, no matter how well you take care of them. They just get dirty. And you just work that oil in there, and it'll prevent, malfunctions, and keep your reels nice for you for longer, because money don't grow on trees. Okay, guys, I hope this helps you out. We'll have part 2 where we'll tear down an open face spinning reel and show you how to clean it thoroughly. If you liked the video, please hit the likes button. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out tremendously. And if you have anything you'd like to share or any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Always love to hear from you. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks. Bye.